next method is weighted average price method. Now weighted average price method is basically, this method gives due importance to on quantities which are received, okay, on quantities received. Now issue prices are calculated at the average cost of materials in mind. Weighted average rate is calculated each time a fresh lot is received, okay, each time a fresh lot is received. Now average price remains the same until the next issue is received. Thus issue prices are derived at the time of receipt, not at the time of issues, okay, only at the time of receipt and not at the time of issues. Now weighted average price is calculated by dividing the total cost of materials in stock by the total quantity of materials in stock. Total cost of materials divided by the total quantity of materials. Now this method average prices after weighting by their quantities. The average price at any times is simply the balance value of it. Is almost similar to your simple average price method, okay. Now what are the let's look into the merits or advantages. Now under this method's calculations are simple and easy. When prices fluctuate considerably, it smooths out the fluctuations. Closing stock value is acceptable. It is suitable in case of material subject to wide price fluctuations. Another merit of this method is for every new issue, new rate is not calculated, okay. Now earlier in your simple averages, if you noticed, for every issue we had to calculate new rate, whereas if the issue is immediate, we would not calculate, but if there was a third issue, we would calculate a rate, right? But here rate is not calculated for every issue, okay. For every new issue, it is not like a simple average, it is different. You do not have to calculate every rate now and then. Now what are the demerits? Fresh calculations will have to be made every time you make a fresh purchase, okay. Errors are mostly possible in this method. Under fluctuating prices and purchases of different quantities at each time, this method gives incorrect results. Now verification of closing stock becomes difficult. Issuing of closing stock are not at the current cost. Now let's look into the first illustration. You only have two illustration problems, that is illustration 18 and 19. I will be solving one problem for you all. The following transaction takes place on the material P. The date, receipt, rate per unit, unit and issues is given. Rate per unit and issues is given to you. Date, receipt, rate, okay. The information is given as follows. Now it says prepare the store's ledger on the basis of weighted average price method. Now let's look into the solution, okay. On the first, you have your receipt which is given. You do not have anything like opening balance or anything as such. You have just given your receipt, okay. So on 1st January 2020, you have a receipt, okay. You have your receipt. Now you do not have your particulars column. Now it is up to you if you want to write down your particular columns or you just want to exit and write down the amounts directly, but we will write it in order to avoid any sorts of confusion, okay. Your receipt is, you are receiving 20 units at the rate of 25. 20 units at the rate of 25. 20 at the rate of 25 is 500, okay. Then on your next date, you are again receiving, that is 9th 3rd 20, you are again receiving receipt of 30 units at the rate of 30, which will give you 900, okay, which will give you 900, okay. Then again on 20, you are issuing, okay. You have to bring down your balances also. Now your balance will remain the same on this particular date, that is on 20, your balance will remain the same, that is 20, 25, that is 500. Then again here you will have to add, like how we added in simple average method. 20 plus 30 will give you 50, okay, 50. Then again you will also take into consideration, okay, you will have your necessary. The only difference here is you will also be taking your rate. In your simple average, you never took rates, but how will you calculate the rate is, again, if you want to calculate the rates, calculation of rates, okay, calculation 25 plus 30, 25 plus 30, 25 plus 30 is 25 plus 30 is 55 divided by 2. Divided by 2, that is 27.5. If you round it off, it is 28, okay. The rate will be 28. What will be the balance? 50 into 28 is 1400, okay. The next on 28, you have an issue. 2020, you have an issue of 5 units, Okay, you will be issuing from this particular balance, that is 5 units on the same rate. You do not have to calculate the rate again for the issue, like how you used to calculate in simple average. Here you do not have to calculate. Now from this you are issuing 5 units at the rate of 28. 5 at the rate of 28 is 140. Now what will be the balance? 50 minus 5. 50 minus 5 is 45. Okay, 45 at the rate of 28. Okay, again you do not have to calculate the rate. So 45 at the rate of 28 is 1260. 1260. The next date is 24. On 24 you are making a purchase. Okay, you are making a purchase, that is the receipt of 40 units into 32. 40 into 32. 40 into 32, that is 1280. 1280. Okay, carry down the particular balance which is given, 45. Okay, now the balance will be 45 plus 40. 45 plus 40 is 85. Then 28 and 32, again you will have to calculate the particular rates. You will have to calculate the rate, that is, for calculating you will take 28 plus 32. Okay, 28 plus 32, that is 28 plus 32 will give you 28 plus 32 will give you 60. 60 divided by 2. 60 divided by 2 is 30. Okay, take your rates as a 30. Okay, now your rate will be 85. 85. Okay, now just a minute. Okay, the total will be 2550. Then again on 24th, after 24th you have 26th, wherein you're making an issue, that is 20, that is you're making an issue of 30 units. Okay, you're making an issue of 30 units, that is you will issue it in your issues column, that is 30 units. Okay, you're making an issue of 30 units at the same rate, that is 30 into 30, that is 900. Okay, now bring down 85 minus 30. 85 minus 30, it will give you 50. Okay, the amounts might change because of the point differences. Okay, then at the same rate, 50 into 30. 50 into 30. In your last part, if you notice, girls, we just had a point difference, that was we got 30 instead of 29.88, whereas if you get 29.88, this will be your particular difference and this will be your total and the closing stock. But here my closing stock is different from the closing stock of the textbook, so please if you want to follow the textbook you can, but because of the slight point differences your amount differs. Okay, so with this we end your weighted average price method. Similarly with your illustration 19 also, you have to just take your purchases and your issues. Based on that you have to calculate your rates, and you will not have to calculate your rates each and every time. The rates once calculated is the same for everything. Okay, unlike your simple average method. With this we come to an end with your weighted average price method. Next we will be moving with your next method, that is inventory control.